Hello everyone and welcome to the official channel of DSCIM. I am Rahul Kashyap and in this video we'll be developing a native Android application in Kotlin language. So the application for today is a tip calculator application named TipTime. So this is the application TipTime. The UI of the application is this, and it is a pretty basic application where we enter the amount of your service, the cost. Like if I enter 500, then and if we select the service as if it was amazing, good, or okay. And at last we also have a switch which asks, do you want to round up the tip or you want to keep it in a double value, which if it comes, then you can always turn it on or off. So that's the working of this application. If you click on calculate, it returns you the amount that you can pay as a tip. So this is the application. Also, we have a dark mode also here. So if you turn on the global settings of your Android device to work on dark mode, our application will respond to that setting too. And this will be the application under the dark mode. So this is the agenda for today, and we'll proceed with this development. Let's get started. Before starting, I'll take a screenshot of this application so that while we develop, we can always check the UI and develop the screen accordingly. Okay. So to start a basic Android application or any Android application, we need Android Studio. So Android Studio must be installed on your PC or laptop. And we'll start a new project. Create a new project. We'll select the empty activity as our activity. Now what's an activity? An activity is a screen that appears on your Android device or your application. So we'll select it as an empty activity. Next, we'll fill in the name of the application. The name of the application, we will keep it as TipTime. It by default gives you a package name which you can change according to your domain name. I'll change the save location as desktop. And rest of the things should be kept as default. Also, this minimum SDK tells whether this API level which you are keeping as a minimum requirement will suffice how many percentage of devices in the world. Like if you keep this application to work on KitKat, then 98.1% of devices will be able to run this app. So that's a pretty good amount, and we can continue with it. As soon as you click the finish button, the Android Studio starts creating your project, and you can see that some files are getting scanned at the bottom. Gradle sync has started. Now what is Gradle? Gradle is a build automation tool, and it prepares your project, and it runs every time when you either create a project or you build your application. So right now we created a project, and that's why it's getting all the files synced. Now by the term I mean the syncing of the file, I mean the boilerplate code that's required for an application to start. So this is a good facility provided in Android Studio or in any other development, that you get some boilerplate code which you can start with, so you don't have to write everything from scratch. So here it is a project ready, and right now it's in Android view. We'll first change it to project view and check what are the files that have been predefined or pre-written in our folder. So you see we have this app directory that we'll be mostly using, And under the app directory, we have the src directory, under which we have the main and the Android test. We'll be more concerned with the main directory. Under main, we have Java, and under Java, under com.example.tiptime, we have the main activity.kt file. Also, there is this rest directory where we have under the layout directory the activity main.xml, which we will be using to draw the layout of our application. So let's get started. And first of all, as I prefer with the development is, first of all, I build the application, I build the UI of the application, and then I move forward with all the logical component that we have to add in the application. So I'll set the studio to make it comfortable for writing the UI of the application. So when you start a project in Android Studio, you will have this UI, and accordingly you can change the UI of the application. Every screen which you design, you will have a different UI, so you can always change it. Okay, before starting with the UI, I must import the colors that we will be using in this application. Like if I check the the screenshot that we took. So this is the screenshot that we took, and we use this green color as our primary color and blue color as a secondary color. So let's define all these colors so that we can proceed with the colors that we will be using in this application. So how can we define colors in a native Android project? So to define a color, first of all, let's change the view to Android. And to define the colors that we will be using in our application, we have to check the res folder, and in the res folder we have this values folder. Under the values we have this colors.xml. Now under this colors.xml, this is the default colors that you have been provided. We'll change it according to ourselves and proceed with it. To fasten the things, I have already written the color codes and the color that we will be requiring. So I'll just copy the color codes from here and replace it with the whatever means we have as a default code under the Android Studio. All right, so now I have defined all the colors that we will be using under the this application. We have this green color, and you see all the previews are available. So we have this defined the green color, the green dark color, a green light one, the blue dark, blue light, and black and white. So also, if you wonder what are these, then this is actually the hex code of every color. The first two are used to define the opacity of the color. Like if you want to keep it completely opaque, or if you want to keep it completely transparent. The next three are to define the RGB component of the color. So that's what makes a color, and that's what gives finally a hex code to the color. So we have defined the color. Next, let's move forward and define the theme. Okay, so how can we define the theme? You see that we have themes folder also available for defining the theme. Now what is a theme? First of all, themes is actually, like right now currently, dark mode has been a trend. So every other application that you create, you have to have at least two different themes. One is the light one and other one is the dark one. So we will set up the colors for the themes. Like if the user is preferring the light theme, then what are the colors that will be visible? And secondly, if the user means prefer to have a dark mode on, then what are the colors that will be visible? So how can we define that? We define it under the themes.xml file. And we'll open that themes.xml file. Just see, under the values we have the themes.xml file for the light mode, and under values -night we have the themes.xml file again, but that one is for the dark mode. So we'll open first for the light mode and define the colors that we will be using for the light mode. So what are the colors that we'll be using for the light mode? the primary color would be the green color that we defined. Yeah, the primary color variant would be green dark. Okay, and the color on primary, like what if you write some text on the color that you define as a primary, then what should be the color on the primary color? So white is decent enough, so we'll proceed with white. Also, the secondary color will be blue in case of light theme, and secondary color variant will be blue dark. Okay, yeah, blue dark will be good. Yeah, also the color on secondary will be black. This is also fine. Now we have to define I don't think that we need to define any more thing, but yeah, let's see if we need to define some things later when we define the main activity main.xml, then we will add it under the themes.xml file. For now, let's move forward and edit the themes.xml file for the night theme or the dark theme. So under the night theme, the primary color would not be green, but it will be a lighter shade of green, that is green light. And the primary color variant will be the green color. Okay, so this is it. Green color on primary will be black. That's good. We don't need to edit that. Also similarly for the secondary color, we'll be using blue light as our primary secondary color, and blue as the secondary variant. Color will be black for both of them. Color on secondary will be black for both of them. That's okay. So we are done with the theming of the application. Now let's get started with the designing of the application.